All right then, so now let's go ahead and start customizing our routing section. So if you check it out over here, we have about us, menus, reviews, blogs, contacts, and as well as one more page for reserved table. So these are all the menus, navigational menu. So basically we need to customize those menus options, right? So if you check it out, the Next.js documentation over here, you can see how to do the routings. So where it is, it's missed. Come on, I couldn't find it over here. But anyway, you can see over here, this is how the folder structure, the dynamic route, right? So the folder, how to create the folder structures and everything. This is how you can create a folder. Sorry, this is the folder, the route segment. This is how you need to create, and this is the dynamic route you need to create. And just like the way you have the group of routes, routing groups as well as, see, this is the group of routes, and this is the optional folder, which is for child segments out of routing. Out of routing, if you wish to create any subfolders over there, you need to create it by using underscore, right? So what I need to do is basically I'm going to stop the server, stop it, and um yep. So here what I'm going to do is basically this page, this is the home page, right? So what we are going to do is I'm going to create two subroutes. One, this is for the site. All the sites will comes under this route. And for the authentication, you need to create one more routing groups, like something like this, auth. This is the auth routing group. So for authentications like login, sign in, sign up, registrations, all those things will be maintained in under this particular group. And here the sites, this is the place where we need to bring our page.tsx. I'm going to put that page.tsx over here. Perfect, right? And of course you need to save this catch file because that is what cached previously. So save that catch, or you just need to delete it. It will be automatically recatched. Okay, so here, so basically this entire section, the header and the footer, it's going to remain constant. This one is going to remain constant, and this entire section is going to be constantly changed. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create in myself a new folder or new file over here called layout.tsx, because basically the header and footer, it's going to be static, it's not going to change, and this entire center content based on the page component, it's going to be changed consistently. So that's the reason we are fixing the header and footer in the layout, and the rest of the component will be loaded inside as the children. Okay, so here I'm just going to bring sfc, which is going to be main layout div, and here I'm gonna create ourselves, this is the play center where we are going to bring the children, which is we don't, basically we don't have the children prop, so we have to create that children prop. So I'm just going to say interface main layout props. Let us open it, and here I'm just going to say children, which is going to be react node itself. Okay, then I just have to destructure those props here, main layout props. From the main layout props, I need to access the children, so I can load the children over here. Okay, so this is basically, it's going to be main tag. Okay, and inside this main tag, basically this is going to be flex -1, and width, of course, it's going to be full. And in between over here, I'm going to load the children, and inside this particular, before above here, I need to bring the header, and right after here I need to bring the footer. Okay, so the rest of the page, menu page, and all those things will be rendered inside over here. And even if you wish to keep any sub layout inside for every specific page, you can go ahead and create a layout inside that particular page as well as. Okay, so now we have our main layout. Let's see whether it is working fine or not. Npm run dev. Before that, I'm gonna have a h2 tag saying header, and I'm gonna say h2 tag saying footer. So basically the main page content should be rendered in between these two. So let me check it out, save it, run it, and let me get back over here and let us refresh this page. So I should able to see the header, and I should able to see the footer on the bottom left corner. You should able to see that, which is perfectly done. And I'm just going to delete all these things. I'm just saying sfc, let's say home page, div, this is going to be the home page. Save it, and that's how it looks. Header, home page, footer, and all this stuff, which is pretty much done. Perfectly fine. Okay, so now all we have to do is to go ahead and start creating the header section, right? So before getting into the header sections, you need to have all these files and everything, right? So you can access that, or you can just all you have to do is to use the pngwing.com to download all these things, because that's all these images which I used for this project. It's downloaded from there only. Okay, or you can access our drive link so that you can download the entire assets which we used. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna get into my drive and get into my YouTube Next.js, and this is October 2025. Let's open it, and here I'm gonna say new folder named as the White's Restaurant, and inside this folder I'm gonna bring all those files which I have in my Yep. So I'm gonna bring all these files. Later we can download all the files which we are up to download. All those files will also be over there. So we have the logos and the all the necessary things which is needed for our this particular UI currently. And all these images for this pasta, shawarma, all these images can be downloaded later, and I will update it over here as well as. So you can access those images straightly from here. Okay, so in this case what I'm going to do is I'm gonna create myself a new folder over here called img, and I'm gonna download that and put it inside in this img folder. Okay, so let me remove this unwanted space because I don't want that unwanted space. You can customize this name all by yourself. Okay, oops, my bad. So please go ahead and correct all these changes, because that is really important. Don't keep any unwanted space in between these, otherwise use hyphen or underscore, something like that. Don't leave an empty space. Perfect, now it's pretty much done. So we have the logos and all those things. Perfect, and yep, let me close this. Okay, so now what we have to do is, so basically we have to change the entire UI color of this background, this entire background color. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the main layout section, and for this body tag I'm going to give that color over here, or you can get into the global where it is global.cs and scroll all the way to the down, and there you can apply the background color. It says bg background. Okay, it's saying variable background, so you can figure it out that particular. You can change these colors. Okay, so what I'm going to do is instead of using bg background, okay, I'm gonna give myself my own background color over here. So use the color picker tool, so that I'm gonna access that color ffcf7. So let me access that color, and instead of this I'm going to use my customized color code. Save this so that the entire site color will be changed. Okay, so now we have the customized color. So let's go ahead and start create that header section, which is pretty much the exact same UI which we are going to do we have over here. All right, so let's go ahead and do that header section.